Fatemi vedere quanto ci vuole per arrivare a Childe. Ok, 47. Facciamo un tentativo? È solo un tentativo, raga. Non vi assicuro niente.
Wow! This is the golden house? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of mora. This is where all of Tibet's mora is minted, right? Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing, Pipe, but even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of... Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble.
Non solo tu,
Quick,
Paimon.
we have to go make sure that the exuvia is all right.
Raga, quella è palesemente un'arena, voi lo sapete, vero, no?
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
No.
Huh? Who's there?
Stuka.
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find the secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the gnosis from inside the
Partita
exuvia
adesso la
all
notifica
along?
Telegram, raga.
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you
Vabbè,
can do to
praticamente lui
stop me
dice no, tu
anyway.
non mi fermerai, noi. No, noi
The time
cercheremo
for
di
discussion and
fermarti.
diplomacy is
Tutto
already
lì.
passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Ecco.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight
Ah.
me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play up. Besides, you could never defeat me. Not even in your wildest... Fighting
Che te
talk, I
ridi?
love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
Ecco fatto, siamo morti. Vai,
This
tattaglia.
chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Try this. How unbecoming.
Magari se mi giro. Vabbè.
Rain outlines your fate.
Passable effort. A clear shot.
Mamma lo sapevo. L'ho preso, raga, non lo vedo.
Motion to compel.
How unbecoming. Careful now.
Incinerate.
Vabbè.
Cowering already?
Body and mind.
Celestial Voyager!
Boom!
Vabbè.
Run all you like. How unbecoming.
Rain outlines your fate.
Try this.
Yeah.
Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
I let my guard down. Rain outlines your fate. Boom!
Aia. Tua mamma.
Incinerate!
Got you.
Windblade!
Lo sapevo.
Time to act.
Dai. Ok.
Rapid flame! Boom! Incinerate!
Ok? Quanto lagga, raga, però.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking more Axis Gnosis now.
Che
I
te ridi?
see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Mi devo curare, raga. Quanto avrei voluto di look adesso, raga. Ecco Tartaglino. Assorica. Comunque, raga, una boss battle spettacolare questa.
Body and mind.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or
Mi rincoglionisce.
leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now. Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it. Ba-boom!
Raga, è triste questa, eh.
Not good.
No, not good per niente.
Rain outlines your fate.
Vabbè.
Motion to compel.
No, my sword.
Die here.
Lo so, non ne faccio niente, raga, però mi serve un attimo una distrazione.
I taste blood.
Dai!
Windblade.
I let my guard down. Body and mind.
Incinerate.
Die here.
Motion to compel.
Non lo vedo! Sei infame però, te lo posso dire. Sei un boss infame.
Rain outlines your fate.
Ah,
Objection.
objection, non par di pa.
Ring cutter.
Windblade! Prepare to be blown
Die
away!
here.
Time to act. Motion to compel. Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
Windblade! Incinerate!
Che cacchio.
No, my sword.
Dai, 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 dai.
Rain outlines your fate. Kaboom!
Che cacchio sei? Ah, raga, mo ci ho perso. Ok.
Incinerate!
Die here.
Oddio, raga, ce l'ho fatta!
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signor's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied.
Tacci de Pippo.
Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone fort.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Ecco. Già fatti i danni.
Those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well.
Wow. Ma cos'è? Ma?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Ecco. Wow.
Paimon's exhausted.
Allora, un secondo. Ok.
just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Fuck.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend LELE? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong ballista to fight off. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Wow.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong ballista!
No, raga.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Killjoy! We've all discussed that.
Vai, vai.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Eccolo.
No, my sword!
This isn't good. This is it.
here there's nothing worse to come, right?
Look at me. Just once.
Prepare to be blown away!
The more, the mere resistance. Shine.
This isn't fair. Looks like I went too far.
Windblade!
Look at me. Here to play with me.
Grain cutter! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Oh, porca vacca, ragazzi. Cosa cacchio è?
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what. I have another idea. What do you mean, Lady Ningguang? I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber. What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Della Madosca.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only it is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adept...
Oh?
3,700 years. According to... Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that...
Forebears, you say? One...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that Wei Qixing, though mortal, I also thought to tell him how the past generations of but I dared not speak. I could only gaze...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend... I thought this battle would perhaps... Although I am a mere mortal soul...
Huh? Why does everyone look...
Weren't you frightened, dear?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith when danger is near. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to...
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is great, although their blood is weak. They're the time of contracts between God...
Seeing the port around...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave,
Yes, one understands what the... One fears that by the time... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't...
Looks like the... Oh, right! Childe wanted to unleash the god, so he could lure Rex Lapis, but we were able to... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get... Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's going. Let's ask for him at Longshan Funeral Parlor.
Body and mind. Time to act. Time to act. Body and mind.
Credo che sia al ristorante, raga, come al solito. Ah no, eccolo. Ho trovato Zhongli.
Time to act.
Sì, sta al ristorante, raga.
Is there anything I can do for you?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue?
Potrebbe
We'd better
essere.
go and make sure
Ce la faremo, eh.
You call this cooperation between harbingers?
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the... Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to...
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all, so it might be best to keep...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly...
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together. Nothing personal. We just have... The real deceivers here are Signora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait. That's an exciting...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think... Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself,
Oh, Zhongli.
but as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered was Liyue, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe. That's right.
Immaginavo che c'era un altro piano.
The chaos ever reached the point...
Of course. And it would have... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parent...
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was... Take the Adepti, for instance. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of... All of these things turned out as I had planned. I had expected them to... They seized the opportunity to supply...
Huh? That doesn't...
On the contrary, I think it is...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more... If you
Ecco.
hadn't created the
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for... Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other...
Well then, with the gnosis...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then,
Vabbè.
is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhong...
Realistically speaking,
Huh?
however, I am the god of contracts. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip, uncover that answer for yourself.
Vabbè. Ciao Luca. Guarda, devo dire che ho provato un po' a sorpresa la battaglia con Childe e al secondo tentativo ce l'ho fatta, non me l'aspettavo neanche io. Quindi devo dire che è stato un tentativo andato più che bene.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Time to act.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown.
Yes, and to
Say.
now that you mention it, that's very. I mean it all. Still, what's?
Comunque lo sapevo che Zhongli mi sarebbe sempre piaciuto come personaggio, raga. Ma me lo sentivo.
Oh, well, oh, come on. There's only one real Fatui. Shh. No.
Hear ye all! The Chising's words. Though a dragon soars 8 gods and adepti, rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Ecco. Va bene.
Paimon needs a trip. So that something feels off. What could the Chising already? Did Zhongli tell them in secret? Exactly, right?
Eccola Ningguang.
Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's
3,700 years of contract.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
The long, unending.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Chising always repay their debts. Name your price.
Whoa.
Voglio passare di livello, si può avere?
Wow, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Ok, le persone stanno tutte qua.
As for the more.
But it seemed, well,
Voglio vedere la fine di sta missione, raga.
Perhaps.
Zhongli. Ho dovuto tosse... Boh. Mi sono affogata. Ciao, Zhongli. Oh, Zhongli.
Hey, Zhongli!
Adoro.
Look at this. And here you are looking...
Why would I not feel right if the two of...
Ha! That sounds like...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack more?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily... When I was journeying with you, though I still had the...
Oh, no wonder. But since you weren't...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money in the city of commerce. We do the Archon Morax. I will treasure the memories that I made. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we should make...
I fear that continuing your journey may be... Yes. The nation had the Electro Archon Ball.
Paimon thinks we've heard that...
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the...
That said, the... Zhongli, since you're...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with but if a person shows truth, this is what visions are.
Uh-huh. That's how people...
But starting from last year, the...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an...
They want to seize visions.
I should think that in the...
Whoa.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom. The fact that even I, the old... Knowing her, she must have 7 ideals for set... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that.
These are indeed false. I've heard that Ningguang is... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.